her statements are controverted. They're completely controverted. They're disqualified. They can be impeached in a court of law in a million different ways because she literally says that we're lying. We're going to get awards. We're going to go put on tiers right now. I can't wait to go to London. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. They lie across different mediums, WhatsApp, text messages, conversations, videos, and there's no truth to what they're saying. So what do we do with that information? We're trying to get the Romanian court to take notice of the fact that Emma's actually the wrongdoer, and the Romanian system is also a victim of her scheme. Now, a lot of this sounds like, well, okay, she lied in text messages. Maybe it's not that serious, but when you look back at her history, she has a history in the United States, in particular in Florida, of falsely accusing men who she has had sex with after she can't blackmail them, after she can't say, I'm going to report you. If they don't give in to her demands, she then actually reports them. There have been many men there's one man who's gone to jail because of it. There was another man who had his life ruined because of it. And we have a history here, a modus operandi, a history of this woman weaponizing the criminal justice system against men in order to destroy their lives. So you can't just look at this situation in Romania in isolation.
As a one-off.
You got to connect it to her trail of victims.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when you connect it, you see a 10-year scheme. Mm-hmm. She thought that she could just continue to do what she was doing in America and go to Romania and do it there. Yeah. And it was going to be just as inconsequential, right? Guy would go to jail for the weekend, or maybe this would happen or that would happen. That would be the end of it. But the whole thing blew up because, she went after two men who were not your average Joes.
Yeah. And I think it's very important for the audience to know that what this girl does, guys, is she gets on dating sites, sugar sites especially, where she targets rich, affluent guys, and she hooks up with them, and then she'll disclose them after. Oh, I was young, I was 17, or she'll say, hey, if you don't give me this or that, I'm going to go ahead and go to the police and allege a crime against you of rape or whatever it may be, or sexual assault. And, these guys look at it like, okay, I know I didn't do it, but do I want the headache of dealing with this and potentially having my reputation ruined? Because we all know, on this side of the internet especially, if you're accused of a crime like this, whether you're innocent or guilty, your reputation is going to take a significant hit.
Yeah.
No one cares that you were exonerated and that she was lying. They care that you were accused in the first place, and you're always going to carry that title. So what do the guys do? Well, I have the money to pay her off. Leave me alone, and they pay her off. And she's been able to do this successfully for a very long time, especially targeting rich guys. And she used this through sugar sites, Hinge, Bumble, all these dating sites that she's used it with.
And didn't she have a boyfriend at the time?
So
at the time when she was in Romania, I think she did actually.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Well, if we want to pull up page 39 of the complaint.
All right. And while Bills pulls that up, can you give the guys real quick, because we've been jumping around a bit as far as her background, everything else like that. Can we cover the 6 days or what led up to the 6 days of what happened, just the general facts?
Sure.
Just so the guys know what happened.
So, Emma.
You can hide it for now, Bills. We got it ready, though. So after, go ahead, you can give the summary, and then we'll pull it up.
Sure. Emma meets Tristan on a dating site.
Okay.
Right? So, Tristan's like any other dude. He's in Miami. He's scrolling away, and she looks good. And I like you. You like me. He's a good-looking guy. She's like, I like him. They meet up. Mm-hmm. She comes to a war room event in Miami.
Wow. That must have been recent when they were here with us
on the boat.
December of 22, 21.
Yeah.
I could have the years mixed up here.
Yeah. December 21. That was when they were here.
Yeah.
I think it was when we did our Avengers pod around that time.
Yep.
I didn't know that. He met her in Miami physically here.
Physically in Miami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she preys on guys in Miami.
She's cold-blooded, bro.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded. So,
damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she met him here. I remember that when they were here. So, okay. And then, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. Look, it's
that's
like,
crazy.
It's like, it could have been you.
Yeah. They
Could've
knew each
been
other.
anybody.
Yeah.
Dude, they known each other for that. I didn't know they knew each other that long. Wow. All right. So, okay. So they meet in about the end of 2021
right?
in Miami.
they talk for a bit online. She represents herself as an affluent, young, aspiring artist,
Of course, typical Miami girl.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
I'm a TikToker. I'm an
Yeah,
influencer.
a musician, yeah.
All right, bro.
So she can sing and she can play instruments, right? So at some point, the War Room event is wrapping up. There's a bar, there's a piano, and she starts playing on the piano and singing. And everybody's like, "Oh wow, who's this girl? Very interesting." She presents well. She meets Tristan. One thing leads to another. They hook up. They have fun. And off he goes, back to his life, and he starts to travel again. They talk periodically over the course of that time. She is interested in leaving to Romania because she knows that he's there. He's like, look, and you can see this in the text messages between.
And Romania is not close, guys.
Yeah, it's
No,
far.
it's not close.
You're going out of your way to go out there. So this woman goes out of her way to go see Tristan.
Yeah, and Tristan even says, "Hey, look, you got a good life. Why do you want to leave? Oh, the politics here are too much. America's too aggravating. There's real opportunity for me in Romania. I can go do this. I can do that." He says, "Okay, you want to come? Come." So she's like, "Okay, can I have your credit card so I can book a flight?" She grabs his card, books herself a business class flight out to Romania, and she's there for a few days. And the first couple of days, everything is fine. And she realizes that she's not the only beautiful girl in town. And
There's many.
Right, there's many. And all of a sudden, she has an axe to grind with him. She tries to exert influence over him like she would do other guys, but he's not easily intimidated.
Yeah.
He just says, "Hey, listen, you're here, have a good time, everything is all right." She tries to get involved in Andrew's personal business. Please don't get involved in my brother's business. That's not your lane. Stay in your lane. You came here to do something good. Do it. 2 days later, she's accusing him of human trafficking.
Wow.
That is the full scope of what happened. Add in a party that she danced in, with her friends.
I remember
A
that.
few pizzas, some shopping. That's her entire
Which Andrew
trip.
and Tristan weren't even there when they filmed those TikToks, and they said they were being held. And I think they went to the police the next day after that party and made their accusations on or about April 22nd, if I'm not mistaken, 2022.
Yeah, it's first week of April. She gets there around the 5th. She's gone by the 11th, I believe, 11th or 12th.
Okay.
At some point, she realizes what she did. Right, she goes,
So she calls the U.S. Embassy. So she's there at the house, and she calls the U.S. Embassy. Or did she call her family first?
well, she called her family,
Okay.
and her family should objectively know that she's troubled and has a long and storied history
Yeah.
of pulling crap, of lying.
She's run away from them, too, plenty of times, right?
Yes, and falsely. There was if you just Google Emma Gabby, go to Facebook and put her name in.
She's been exposed.
Google her.
On Twitter, too.
Yeah, she'd been exposed, but her first lie was there was a news report about her in 2016 or 15. It was oh, this girl is kidnapped, and she ran to Orlando or something. And then there was a subsequent report was oh, it was basically just a hoax. She was fine. It's still there. You can pull it up. She's been lying for a long time. And so we mentioned her boyfriend in Florida. So she reaches out to him, Matt.
So she calls her family and her boyfriend, yeah.
Right. So he comes in real hot.
White
Of course.
knight.
Cat,
Riding on a horse.
Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah.
Literally. He comes in you're being human trafficked. This is what's going on. And she's dancing with him, oh yeah, this is happening. It's a little bit adventurous. It's a little bit guilt. Maybe she wants to get money from him. Maybe whatever it is. But he's you need to go to the embassy. We need to get the embassy involved. And she realizes that if the embassy gets involved, she may have to go back home. Right. And she doesn't want to go back home. She wants to hang out. And then she wants to go to London. This is not somebody who's being human trafficked.
Yeah.
You're being human trafficked. You want to get the hell out of there yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So she literally tells him, please don't do this. I take it all back. Don't get the embassy involved. Don't do this. Don't do that. And if you look at page 39 on the complaint,
Let's pull it up real fast.
it's paragraph 97.
Yep. Right here. I see it in the bold.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, I can grab my glasses and read it. Finally, as Gabby becomes fully aware of the ramifications of her actions, she wants Martelli to retract the U.S. Embassy call and then proceeds to accuse Martelli of orchestrating the scheme. And here's the text right
Wow.
here. Martelli, she's a human trafficking victim. Martelli should be entitled to protection. Gabby goes, but she needs to go to London to her family. We bought the tickets. I wish I could take it back. Please, Matt, please do anything. I'll do anything to take it back. Martelli goes, yes, they'll evaluate her. Gabby goes, I'm so sad you're doing this. And she's referring, guys, to Aliona, the
other girl.
the other girl
Yeah.
who was with Andrew at the time, the Moldovan dancer that lives in the UK.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And if you scroll up,
Straight from her phone, guys. And this is probably done via, I'm assuming through WhatsApp, right?
these
messages?
WhatsApp messages.
Yeah.
And at the top of that page, you see some other messages.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Yeah, I called," and she's like, "Goodbye, Matt. I just wanted to go to London. Like, it's only me and the other girl who wanted to leave." And she's clearly
Yeah, I see it here.
not in a state of duress. She's
Yep.
clearly not being human trafficked.
Yeah.
So she overcommits. She realizes that the consequences of her actions.
Yeah.
And instead of just backing people up and saying, "Hey, look, this has gone too far. This is not what it seems," once the authorities get involved,
commits.
She commits. She doubles and she triples down.
Yeah.
So it's consciousness of guilt.
Yeah.
This is her straight up admitting, this is not what I said it was. I should probably just
This kills it in the water right here.
right here.
And these are her messages from her phone to her boyfriend, because this is what probably went down. And please correct me, because you actually had access to the messages and you wrote this complaint. She tells her boyfriend, "I'm in Romania. I'm being held against my will," to absolve herself of responsibility of cheating on her boyfriend.
Boom.
Right? And then he's like, because if she had told him straight up, "Oh yeah, I bought business class tickets and I came out here to see Tristan and fuck him," that wouldn't sound so good, would it? So instead, she's like, "I'm being held here against my will," so that she gets him on her side. He reacts, right? "Oh my God, my girl's in danger. She's being held. We need to call the embassy, blah, blah, blah." And then once she realizes that there's no turning back once you involve the U.S. Embassy and the government and the police are going to come, etc., she's like, no, please don't do that. And then once the police actually do get involved, she switches her story back up again. Is that what it was? The context? She basically comes in on the frame, I'm being held against to absolve herself of being a cheater?
I'm sorry, bro. If my girl's going to Romania of all places, randomly, what did she tell me to go there? I want to know what she's saying, because, bro,
Yeah.
that's thousands of miles. Bro, what the
Yeah.
hell?
What did she say in the beginning, I guess?
I mean, I don't know what she said, what her excuse was in terms of why she went there. We didn't get those messages yet.